Myntri rang baka jylla konrad ki sangma ulong baka sorkar ka klemle Shillong hakaban ay Myntri lang ka Longkmie namar haka shiteng samoy bas dang jaga sorkar MD2 kala ay Bhah lang bat menta ka haban Phaikhmat ru shaki jingkwa nagi we ki Thaiñ habakren chila bathai Khubor haka sngi baar konrad ulong ba ka jingkhaw ka Kynhun Myntri ka donkam ban pen biang tarajur iki babon ki aka kinthop ka jingyo nong Phaikhmat na ki Thaiñ bat ka jingpun ko bor ya ki kinthei Ulong ba lada don arpoteli ki shuki Myntri haga jylla ulong light load bat la ban ai jaka ya baro hindre menta udon do uput haba jubab ek jinggali halor ka jingsam ka shuki Myntri rangba konrad ulong ba ka jinglong ka san himasima bat ka jinglong jingman hakapor bathaw ya Kynhun sinrop ya pher Bhah daga baban rabba ka kam Myntri rangba kadega budget daki emle jong ka Kynhun sinrop basinshar lani ka seng basinshar bat kene kadega bashimrai daki nong Phaikhmat balajet upat ba halor ka jingan tho badang shen joka kong amprin lingdo hadin ba sha weng ne ka Kynhun Myntri ukon raw la Pynshai ba ya ka shithi la pha sha baro ki Myntri pla sha wengkam kentho bi ki Myntri na ki NPP haka khat artrik unai lur kababatai shai bharu ya ka jingbujli Myntri haka ba ulong ba baro ki Myntri kila yo padyang ya ka shithi bat ki tepro ya ki e ki lenti balashim
observation about drawing parallelism between PS Sangma and BB Lindo, sharing of Chief Minister's Chief Minister's position post, and as well as the demand for a woman cabinet member in the ministry. So your response.
Regarding the issue of women cabinet in the women representation in the cabinet, we had that in the first 2.5 years, and that is why we went ahead with that. And we gave a women representation in the first half of this term of the cabinet. In the second half, we also had to see regional aspirations. There were a lot of aspirations from North Karo Hills. There were a lot of aspirations from Riboy district. And there was of course aspiration from even West Khasi Hills. So keeping all of these aspects in mind, we have to balance. Obviously, if I have 20 posts for cabinet ministers, then yes, I'm at free will to accommodate all these aspects. But there are limitations, and we have to balance out different aspirations which are equally important. And women representation was important for us, and that's why in the first half of the cabinet we ensured that we gave representation there. So we've taken that into account. Regarding the sharing of the position, earlier, political situations were there, situations were different, and in those different circumstances, coalitions were formed. And so it's difficult for me to comment on what went through those times through the leader's mind when they took that decision. But looking at the numbers and the coalition formation, it was a complicated situation, and they could have taken a decision in keeping all those factors in mind. A chief minister's position is something that is democratically elected by the MLAs of the ruling coalition or the ruling party. And that is how we moved forward with the selection of the leadership of the government, of the MD at that point in time. So it was unanimous. It was a decision made by the representatives who were elected by the people, and that is a democratic process that we follow. So we have followed a purely democratic process, and that's how we continue. Just so that we put the records straight, on Friday, the 12th of September, when the cabinet when the assembly was over, in the evening at about 8 o'clock, I had dispatched letters to all the concerned ministers, especially from the National People's Party, because the other parties had already decided and some were still working on their decision. And so, minusing the other political parties and other coalition partners, to the 4 cabinet ministers from the National People's Party, the letter was sent, and all of them had received the letter. And obviously, I expect that when they receive a letter from Chief Minister, they will go through it and they will see it. And we have confirmed that the letter was received. And so that is what the procedure was followed with everyone. And so the question of not communicating and not informing does not arise. In the letter, it is much better because all the details were mentioned. I did not share the letter with the press, and if necessary, we can share that letter also. But this exercise was conducted, and all had received the letter.